Thank you for purchasing the Midwest 1500 Portable Sprayer. Weighing only 80 pounds, the Midwest 1500 Portable Sprayer easily converts your pickup or trailer into a do-it-yourself road surface spray application system that is easy to mount, fill, and operate. This video is designed to demonstrate the Midwest 1500 Portable Sprayer and to give you instructions to install and operate the sprayer. The first step is to check the shipping crate to make sure you have all the component parts, which include 1 pump plate assembly, which consists of a lightweight 49cc Honda WX15 4-stroke general purpose pump connected to the electronic 3-way ball valve manifold and an attached storage box, a 1.5-inch by 10-foot black suction hose, and a gray PVC suction lance. The black hose and the gray suction lance together make a suction assembly that is inserted into the top of the tote. One 1-inch by 10-foot red OR-TAC hose. This longer red hose is the recirculation bypass hose between the 3-way valve and the tote. 2 1-inch by 6-foot red OR-TAC hoses. These two shorter red hoses go from the spray manifold to the spray bar sections. The crate should also contain 1 spray manifold, 2 spray bars sections, 1 trailer hitch mounting bar, 1 yellow in-cab remote controller with connection cable. You will also receive an empty 275-gallon tote that will serve as the EnviroClean product supply tank. Inside the storage box, you will find the operating manual, spare pump cap, and spare nozzles. This completes the list of components. The 1500 sprayer is operational with any pickup truck or trailer, but check the manufacturer's weight restrictions to determine your tote capacity. Begin setting up the unit by first installing the empty 275-gallon tote at the front of the truck bed near the truck cab. Then, place the pump plate assembly in the truck bed near the tailgate with enough room to allow the tailgate to close. As a word of caution, the 1500 sprayer cannot be mounted directly on the tailgate. Next, close the tailgate. Then attach the 2 spray bar sections to the trailer hitch mounting bar by loosening the nuts on the back of the spray bars so they can slide into the trailer hitch mounting bar. Then secure the spray bars by turning the nuts to the vertical position. Next, insert the trailer hitch mounting bar into the hitch receiver and secure with a cotter pin. Note that the nozzles should be 15 to 18 inches above the ground. Remove the dust plugs from the end of all hoses. You can store the plugs in the storage box until spraying is finished. Next, open the tailgate and attach the 2 shorter red hoses between the spray manifold and the 2 spray bar sections. Secure with attached locking pins. Next, attach one end of the longer red hose to the back of the spray manifold and insert the other end into the open top of the truck-mounted empty tote. Secure the hose with a zip tie or bungee cord. Next, connect one end of the black suction hose to the backside of the pump and attach the other end to the gray suction lance. Note, all hoses must be connected prior to operating. To set up the in-cab controller, first connect the in-cab wired controller to the control valve plug and place the controller in the cab. Plug the power adapter into the truck power outlet. Before starting the Honda WX15 pump, test the in-cab controller by pushing the on and off red button on the controller. Watch the 3-way ball valve in the middle of the pump assembly as it turns from recirculate, where the flow goes back to the tote in your truck, to spray, where the flow goes to the spray bar. Your portable sprayer assembly is complete. The next step is to transfer chemicals from the 275-gallon EnviroClean tote on the ground to the empty 275-gallon tote in your truck. Park your truck close enough to the full tote of the EnviroClean on the ground so you can insert the gray suction lance into the top of the full tote. Using the yellow in-cab controller, make sure the 3-way ball valve is pointing towards recirculate. This setup is for filling the 275-gallon tote on your truck with EnviroClean as needed. Prior to starting the pump motor, be sure to check the gas level and make sure the oil level is full. If the oil is low, it will not start, so you will need to add 5W30 motor oil. It's also recommended to use unleaded fuel with no more than 10% ethanol. Next, you'll need to prime the pump with water or EnviroClean, since running the pump without liquid can cause it to overheat and destroy the seal. To prime the pump, remove the filter cap on the top of the pump and fill the chamber with water or EnviroClean, and then replace the cap. When replacing and tightening the filler cap, make sure the cap is not loose and is tightened without cross-threading or cutting the O-ring. If you detect any sign of leakage from the filler cap, stop the engine immediately. Before starting the pump, close the spray ball valves to avoid leakage or product spraying out of the nozzles during the transfer process. To start the pump, first turn the red on-off switch to the on position. Then, locate the fuel cutoff switch, which is below the fuel tank, and make sure that it is in the fully open position. Next, locate the gray on-off choke switch just above the throttle and make sure the choke is on. Then, set the throttle under the choke to slow or low. Next, start the engine by pulling the starter handle. The engine should start after 2 or 3 pulls. After the engine runs for about 20 seconds, turn the choke off and slowly adjust throttle, increasing the RPMs to set the spray pressure at 30 psi on the pressure gauge. This will be approximately half throttle. When the tote is full of EnviroClean, shut the engine off by turning the ignition switch to the off position. Remove the suction lance from the EnviroClean tote on the ground and insert it into the truck-mounted tote in your truck. You are now set up to spray. Check to make sure all hose locking pins are in place to avoid any of the hoses coming loose under pressure while spraying. When ready to spray, open the spray ball valves, restart the engine, and close the tailgate. Now the EnviroClean is recirculating back to the truck-mounted tote, and the in-cab control allows you to switch from recirculating to spraying with a push of the button. When the tote and pump is out of product, the pump will run at a higher RPM, which you should be able to hear. Immediately shut the engine off by turning the throttle to a lower speed. Then, turn the ignition switch to the off position and turn the fuel valve to the closed position. You now need to go to your EnviroClean totes on the ground to refill the truck-mounted product tote. Or, if you are removing the hose connections for storage, be sure to replace the dust caps. And always check the oil and fuel level before restarting. In the Midwest 1500 Sprayer Operation Manual, you'll find a troubleshooting section with regards to any pumping and spraying issues you may encounter. Engine operation, suction lance, product flow, and spray pattern are the main areas you should check to make sure that the unit is operating properly. Here are several helpful tips to keep in mind should you encounter the following. Should the engine become flooded while you are trying to start it, wait for a few minutes, then restart. Do not start spraying immediately. You will need to let the engine run until the RPMs reach a higher speed. If no liquids are flowing, check the one-way valve on the suction lance to make sure it is not loose. Verify that the valve is tightly closed by twisting counterclockwise, then clockwise to tighten. Also, check to make sure all ball valves on the sprayer arm are open and in line with the pipe. While spraying, if you see the spray application width is too thin, called penciling, adjust the spray nozzles, making sure they are turned to a slight angle so the fan sprays do not overlap. For additional troubleshooting and setup options, see the operation manual. If you have a specific question about the 1500 sprayer and accessories, call the Midwest Technical Support Application Center at 330-445-8122.